Truth isn't hidden because it's evil or forbidden. It's hidden because it requires responsibility. Most people think the Rosicrucians were a secret society hiding power, wealth, or forbidden magic. But what these texts actually reveal is something far more unsettling to the modern world, that the greatest knowledge was never meant to be consumed quickly, sold loudly, or handed to those who were not ready to live it. The Rosicrucian teachings speak again and again about inner readiness, about wisdom that must be earned through self-transformation, not belief, not inheritance, and not curiosity alone. This wasn't secrecy for control, it was protection of truth from misuse. According to these writings, humanity moves through stages of consciousness, and not everyone is meant to access the same truths at the same time. Knowledge, when given too early, does not liberate, it confuses, inflates the ego, and fractures the soul. That's why the fraternity speaks of degrees, inner circles, and veils. Not because they believed they were superior, but because they understood something modern spirituality often forgets. Truth without integration becomes distortion. One of the central ideas repeated throughout these pages is that divine wisdom does not come from books alone, it comes from alignment. The Rosicrucians taught that nature itself is the living scripture, that the heavens, the elements, the human body, and the soul mirror one another. This is the Hermetic principle of correspondence, as above, so below, and unless a person learns to read themselves, they will never truly read the universe. The Rose Cross, their central symbol, is not decorative. It represents regeneration. The rose symbolizes the unfolding soul, the feminine principle, the womb of creation. The cross symbolizes incarnation, structure, matter, and embodiment. Together, they represent the union of spirit and flesh, the redemption of the human being through conscious integration. This was never about religion. It was about becoming whole. The texts also speak of what they called the universal medicine, not simply a cure for disease, but a restoration of balance. True healing, they taught, does not come from eliminating symptoms, but from correcting the inner disorder that produced them. Ignorance, not illness, was considered the greatest disease, and ignorance was not a lack of intelligence, it was disconnection from one's true nature. What's striking is how often these writings warn against false teachers, pseudo-alchemy, and empty mysticism. They make it very clear, power without virtue destroys the bearer. Knowledge without humility corrupts, and any path that promises ascension without inner labor is not a sacred path, it is a distraction. That warning feels especially relevant now. Another powerful thread in these pages is the idea that humanity is not abandoned but guided. The Rosicrucians believed that enlightened individuals appear throughout history to stabilize consciousness during periods of collapse. Not saviors, not rulers, but quiet stewards of wisdom. They did not seek recognition. In fact, they avoided it. Their work was to prepare the soil for future generations, knowing they would never see the full harvest themselves. And this is where many people misunderstand initiation. Initiation was never about joining an order. It was about becoming responsible for your own consciousness. It meant mastering your inner world so you could act ethically in the outer one. It meant living truth, not preaching it. The fraternity repeatedly states that those who seek riches, power, or status through spiritual knowledge are not fit to receive it. The texts also reveal something deeply hopeful, that humanity evolves collectively, that there are moments in time when wisdom once hidden becomes accessible. Again, not because it changed, but because we did. And yet, even then, it must be approached with reverence. Not everything is meant to be spoken aloud. Some truths must be lived before they can be named. What I want you to hear most clearly is this: these teachings were never meant to make you feel small. They were meant to remind you that your soul is ancient, intelligent, and capable of remembering itself. The Rosicrucians believed the divine spark lives within every human, but it must be awakened through self-knowledge, ethical living, and conscious awareness. This is why so many people feel a strange recognition when encountering these ideas. It's not new information, it's remembrance. And remembrance can be destabilizing if you're not supported through it. That's why guidance matters, integration matters, grounding matters. If something in your body softened while listening to this, if something stirred rather than impressed you, that's a sign. Not that you're meant to join a secret society, but that you're ready to turn inward with intention. To stop consuming spirituality and start living it. This is the work I do. I don't offer shortcuts and I don't sell fantasy. I guide people through remembrance, integration, and embodied wisdom so what awakens doesn't overwhelm. If you feel called, you're welcome to work with me through one-to-one sessions or inside the alchemical garden, where we walk this path consciously, ethically, and grounded in real life. You were never meant to chase light. You were meant to become able to hold it.